Hello and welcome to the Horticulture Open Event webinar. I will shortly be handing you over to Anissa Kiani, who is the Head of Department for Horticulture, who will be delivering a short presentation. We will have a live Q&A session at the end of the presentation, so please type in any questions you have in the chat box. This webinar will be recorded and available to view on our website at a later date also. I'd now like to hand you over to Anissa, who will go through the presentation with you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Anissa Kiani and I'm Head of Department for Land-Based Industry. So today's virtual open event is for horticulture. So first of all, I would like to talk to you a little bit about our award-winning facilities at Oaklands College. We are very blessed to be able to have acres and acres of wide open countryside where our horticulture students are able to do all their planting skills, their bedding skills, and learn all the range of skills that are going to develop them within the next steps of the horticulture industry. So our facilities, we have our greenhouses, our polytunnels. You can learn about the care of our exotic plant species in our greenhouses, and polytunnels are located on our spacious St. Albans campus. The courses that we offer range from level 1 to level 2, and this is the entry requirements. On our courses at Oaklands College, we really look towards developing you to going into the next steps within the horticulture industry, whether that is for you to become a garden designer, whether that is for you to become a nursery gardener. There's so many opportunities within the horticulture department, and our courses would develop you for those next steps. So what qualification is right for you? This will really depend on your entry level. So whether you have no formal entry requirements, you can go on a range of skills from entry, and if you wanted to progress onto or come straight onto our level 2 courses, then you will need a minimum of 3 GCSE at grade 3 or D and above. So your study program. So what is your study program? So your study program would be your choice of level 1 or level 2 horticulture, but alongside that you would also be doing your maths and English skills. So your maths and English skills are highly regarded by employers. They are grade 2 or 3 enrolled onto GCSEs, and anyone that's grade 1 and below will go on to functional skills. You would also be getting the opportunity to do work experience. So the work experience that you'll be completing, every student must complete between 20 to 40 hours of work experience. Our horticulture students are very fortunate that our college grounds allows them to have the opportunity to have internal work experience. However, this year our current students and previous years have been working with live briefs, working with companies with really fantastic opportunities. So one of the projects that we're working on this year is the Oban Way. We have excellent links to local companies which will enable you to get that experience that you would include on your CV and then develop onto your next steps. Also part of your study program is your PDR. So this is for your personal development skills, whether you look at healthy lifestyle, staying safe online, career advice and guidance, mental health workshops to support your progression. So learning and lessons. We've got study programs are full-time courses, so students need to be engaged 5 days a week. Although you'll be timetabled 3 days a week, you will be set assignments and homeworks that you'll be able to do in independent and directed study or online learning set by your tutors. The qualifications are assignment and exam-based controlled practical exams on site, and you have coursework that you need to complete, which have deadlines that must be met for submission. The lesson style is tutor-led presentations, practical sessions, group and individual activities. You also will have access to Canvas, which is our virtual learning environment, which includes all your resources that your tutors will give you in lessons. You'll have the comfort of having access in it from home. You can also download the Oaklands College app, which will be able to give you all the directly information that you need to keep up to date with your lessons, your ILP, all on the comfort of your phone. So student support. All students will have their personal tutor. The personal tutor's job is to make sure they're regularly monitoring of your progress, and they will capture your performance via Pro Portal. We also have student advisors that provide welfare and support and advice and financial support to those who need it. We keep regular contact with parents and carers, and Just to let you know, in terms of those of you that would be coming on public transport, we've got a discounted travel scheme for £1 a day on our buses. So work experience at Oaklands College, as I explained earlier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to invite our senior lecturer in horticulture, Leslie Maskell, to talk a little bit about the skills that you'll develop in work experience, part of your horticulture program. So Leslie, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
So the work experience that we do at the college with the lower levels, most of the time we'll work within the college grounds and we'll add the experience to the hours that you need to do. At the moment, we've got the chance of working with a station. It's an old station along the Auburn Way, which is near the college. And we've got the chance to help renovate it. And they want us to get involved clearing and they want us to do a design for it. And that is all added to your work experience. And also you get the chance to work with different groups outside the college.
Leslie, what kind of practical skills will the students be doing on the course?
The practical skills that that we'll be doing will be clearing areas. You'll learn about different types of weeds, how to remove them successfully. We've just done planting containers, and we've just we're learning. The students have learned how to do bedding, if they worked for a garden company, learning how to do the bedding, spacing, using maths to measure, and just learning basically how to do patterns, thinking about colours of plants, and that is all helpful towards gaining information.
Thank you, Leslie. So on your practical lessons, you will need to wear the correct PPE, and we'll be working with industry experienced lecturers to support you with your practical assessment. This will include using and training a range of equipment and working on a range of different grounds at Oaklands College. There will also be an opportunity for interdisciplinary activities. For example, our horticulture students work with our catering students, looking at a way of growing our own vegetation, part of our farm to fork idea. So how to apply to Oaklands College? Apply the courses on www.oaklandscollege.ac.uk. Our admissions team will then review your application and then they will present it to our curriculum team, who will then you will need to then check your email for an offer. As long as you receive your grades and results from then school, you'll then be enrolled onto our programs at the end of August, and we'll be in contact with you nearer the time with information, and you'll be ready to start your course in September. I would like to now pass you over to our Q&A session, so I'll let our marketing team to take back for any questions and answers that you may have for something that we haven't covered on our PowerPoint and you feel like you need more information from. So we'll go to the live Q&A. So Sakina, I can pass it to you.
Thank you very much, Anissa. So if anyone has any questions, please enter them into the live Q&A chat and we'll be able to answer them for you. So just to start off with a first question, how many hours of work experience is necessary to be carried out throughout the course?
So work experience, there's a minimum requirement of 40 hours. However, because with the amount of practical work and assessments that's required for each level, you would be completing a lot more than just the 40 hours. I think you would do at least about 100, but the minimum required is about 40 hours.
Thank you very much. So I've got another question here. What qualifications will I need to do a level 2 course?
So for the level 2 practical horticulture, you would need at least, hang on a second, I just had that on the side. I think it's a minimum of 2 GCSEs, grade D, or a relevant level 1 horticulture course.
Lovely, thank you. Okay, someone else has asked, do you work with any other companies with work experience, or is it down to them to find a company to work with?
So work experience for our level 1 students, they work internally, so they work on the college grounds. However, our level 2 students, we do expect them to work with external employers. We will give them company links to contact. However, at that level, they also get the support from our work experience employability mentor, who will give them lots of opportunity. And what we would like for that level of students is for students to take that ownership of contacting employers. That's part of that readiness to get them ready for the next steps. So we would give them a list of employers that they can contact, but they would have to take that ownership of contacting those employers to develop their communication skills and get them ready for professional standards for their next steps.
Lovely, thank you very much. I'm just having a look here. Is there a uniform that they have to wear for?
Yes, there is a uniform. So we work, all the uniform details is on our website. So I know it's not mentioned on our PowerPoint, but it is very much required for our practical sessions. The uniform is branded, so it has the Oaklands College logo. We work with a partner company that work with us, and it's available on the website. There's a minimum requirement of certain uniform that you need to make sure that follows our PPE guidelines to keep you safe, and also for you to look professional whilst you're doing your practical sessions.
Lovely, thank you. And then I've got another question here. If I applied for the level 2 horticulture, would I automatically be put onto level 3 if my GCSE grades were better than I expected?
Absolutely. So if you meet the requirements to go on to the level 3 program, it will be based on subject to in terms of recruitment. So usually what happens is our courses, if you meet the entry requirements, you get direct application. However, we would like you to have some sort of experience before you get in onto a level 3 program. So there will be some sort of level of work understanding. However, every course that we run at Oaklands College, students are given a 6-point assessment plan, which means is we give them that opportunity the first 6 weeks to look at their skills ability, their vocational experience. If they are meeting expectations, we will put them above the next level. If they are not meeting expectations, then we will drop them down the level.
Okay, lovely, thank you very much. Someone else has asked, how many days will I expect it to be in?
So a minimum of 3 days, or a minimum of 2.5 or 3 days on site. However, there is an expectation that you would be spending a certain amount of time doing your assignments and homework set and online learning from home. So there's an expectation for you to have a study mindset for 5 days with 3 days on site and 2 days requiring you to do independent learning with the tasks and homework that is set.
Okay, lovely, thank you. I've got another question here. How much of the course is practical work?
So it's heavily practical for the level 1 and level 2, simply because of the nature of the assessments. However, there is an element of theory as well. I would say out of the 9 lessons, at least 6 lessons are definitely practical based, but this does change on termly basis. So it really depends. So on the first term of your assessments, you will be looking at the theoretical knowledge, and then as you progress on, the practical lessons develop and they will become more extensive. So I would say to have it that 2/3 are practical and 1/3 is theory.
Okay, lovely, thank you. Someone else has asked, what university course could I move on to with this, taking this horticulture course?
So it really depends on the industry that you want to go into. So if you want to become a, so for example, like a garden designer, and you want to take a more creative approach, your next step, so after completing the level 3, you can go into a CAD program, you can then go into doing like a graphics sort of program. So because for that level of designing, you would need the creativity and you would need the skills of Photoshop and CAD. So it would be like a graphic design course or a CAD course. If you wanted to become a horticulturist, like a tree surgeon, then it's looking at the science degree, so looking at like a plant biologist sort of qualification. So it really depends on in terms of what your career next steps are.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much, Anissa. So I think that's all the questions we have for now. If you do have any further questions after the webinar has ended, please get in touch with us via our contact details on the website. We do hope you found this webinar helpful, and thank you very much for listening. If you'd like to join another webinar or find out about our other subject areas, please return to our virtual Open Day page, either using the same link or go in via our website. Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.